What's going on, Gemini? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist 8. Justin here, and I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be love, Gemini. Whether you're looking for love, in love, this one's for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems. Feeling lovely. Just good energy all around here, Gemini. Now, with this spread, I'm just going to be pulling until Higher Self says stop, Gemini. We're just going to be kicking it today. And just so you're all aware, in general, oh, what's up, girl? Oh, hold on. In general, and especially for this reading, this isn't a gender-specific reading. We are working with the energies. Empress. Gemini, hold on. I'm on. Oh, okay. Let me get myself together. Where are we at? Gemini, the decks that I'm using, because I'm about to lose it. It's this is the Lightseers Tarot deck, and the Oracle deck that I'm going to be using is the Anatomy of a Witch Oracle deck. And I'm going to include a link for these decks and other decks that I like using down in the description box below. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. Gemini, why I am losing it? Because, and I hope you realize this too, this is a time to celebrate. Celebrate, throw your wand up in the air, light a bunch of candles, set some soft music, because soulmate is here, divine counterparts, Empress, my girl, and the Emperor. So this is going to be a fantastic reading, so just settle in. I don't even, because this is, I mean, come on, Gemini, this is in love, like, I mean, I'm not even sure how to articulate this. This is really one of those things that if we are, let's start if we're in a relationship. I hope that you are with your Emperor, Empress, whomever. You know what? And I hope that you too feel like that it's, you know, that we operate as a team. Because when I think about the Emperor and the Empress, you know, they really are a symbol of balance. You know, the Empress is there, because I've been thinking about them for like at least a week now. The Empress is the type that she represents for me self-growth in self-care. You know, she's the type that she's nurturing herself. This is Venus energy. She's nurturing her surrounding, herself and her surroundings, her partner. You know, she's the type that we learn how to feel at our best, you know, and how we look our best. Because you know when you got your nice clothes that you're wearing, when your hair is feeling good, you know, you're all clean shaven, you know, you're all got your makeup, you know, when we're feeling at our best, we operate at our best, and then we can go out there and get it. And that's where the Emperor comes in. The Emperor for me is like societal growth or societal care. He's the type that once we've done it within, you know, we focus on ourselves and within our soul tribe, then we set that as an example. You know, they really are reciprocity at its finest, in harmony and equilibrium. You know, there is a team. They operate as one, you know, and they're aware of this. You know, this is something where it's like it's almost like that energy of like, this person can complete your sentences. You know, you don't even, there's some times when it's like you're kind of operating in each other's space, and you're just doing things inherently just because you're feeling their energy. You know, this is deep here. And hopefully if we're in something right now, I hope that we take a moment and be really present with this person. You know, I feel like just going forward, you know, when you find yourselves in little pockets when we're just like discussing with each other or anything like that, you know, whenever we're just together, you know, even if you're together, but maybe you're doing like in the same space, but maybe like one's off reading, the other, you know, might be doing something on their computer. You know, I love those moments. Take a moment, just like kind of steal glances at them, just like remind yourself. It's just like, yes, Emperor. Yes, Empress. That's what, Gemini, I want to put this up somewhere. This is brilliant. I am in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. It's done. And this is going to be a lovely story here, Gemini. And you know what? If we are looking for love, because you know what too, and this is another thing, you know, while I'm thinking about this is a good reminder of when we're operating in our energies, because the thing is, it's not, you know, when I say this is not a gender specific reading, it's because we all have masculine and feminine sides. There are some times when we need to be more in our masculine, there are some times when we need to be more in our feminine, and then, you know, vice versa. And we want to find someone who's able to work with that, you know, when it's time for you to be in their emperor, they're empressing, and then vice versa, you know. It's a groove. Their dynamic is, this is not something that once you find this person, the work is done. This is something, their dynamic takes work, but it's something that when you find that person that is pushing you, you know, these two promote each other's growth. You know, they're the types, like it's us against the world. You know, we're trying to help raise that vibration, and it starts with you individually getting your energies in balance here, getting your masculine and feminine energies, you know, harmonizing, and then you'll find that, you know, that beacon extends. And man, what you can accomplish, you know, and not even just as a team, even, because the nice thing too, you know, the Emperor and the Empress, they're not codependent on each other. They love when they work together, you know, they do some great work. But they also too, when the Empress wants to go off and when the Empress wants to go, where are you? When she wants to go off and do her thing, she's doing it. And the same thing with the Emperor, and no one's feeling weird about it. You know, it's just like, okay, hey, I found my skills can be really good here. Okay, that's perfect. Well, I'm going to go do blah, blah, blah. Meet you back for dinner at such and such. Beautiful. So, Gemini, we can almost call the reading right here. Is there any more higher self? Okay. Well, higher self says there's more, so lucky for you, because I really, look at that, even the Emperor passed now. He don't even know. He's fainted. He's just like, man, I found my girl. I don't even know where these two are going. Where am I going to put you? You know, you two hang out here for right now. Just stay here. Because Gemini, this by far, I think of the readings, this one might take the cake here. Are we taking all those? No, okay. Now we're being ridiculous. Let's see. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about if we're looking for love. Because I forgot. I was all up in it. The Cancerian in me I love being in love. This is my bread and butter right here. This kind of story. But if we're looking for love, here's where I'm at with that. If we're looking I feel like to attract, especially like soulmate level type of stuff right here, it really does, because these two, they love each other unconditionally. That's another thing. And I feel like in order for us to truly learn to love people unconditionally, we have to do that with ourselves first and foremost. You know, that's going to be something and be aggressive about it. Queen of Wands, because this is how she's celebrating right here, that's what's going to happen when you realize how much love can help you grow, how much, if you pour more of love into yourself here, how your capacity for love and compassion and empathy grow. And then when we go to meet that person, you know, you're giving off that energy of that you're ready because you've made space for that. You've welcomed in, you've harmonized with your masculine and your feminine energy, your light and dark side. All the opposites are working as they should, and now you become a beacon, Gemini. And believe it or not, when the universe sees that you're putting in this work here, when we're ready for starting to manifest love and starting to bring that in your life, it's almost instantaneous. You know, when you find that person that resonates with you, it's because it's not, for me, you know, when I think about love, and I heard someone say this and I thought that that was a really good point. They're like, you know, I think that some people think about like butterflies and you know, that nervousness and that excitement, but I feel like your soulmate, they don't make you nervous or excited, you know, like, or they don't make you nervous or like anxious or anything like that, or, you know, like, oh, that anticipation. It's more so, I feel like your soulmate is more of it's a calm energy. It's just like, oh, hey friend, where have you been? I've been looking for you all, Emperor. I've been looking for you all over the place. Like, what's been going on here? You know, been busy saving the world. Now I can use some Mars energy. You know what I mean, Gemini. But let's see what else is going on here. Because even with this stuff here, Gemini, it's like this here, this little pocket is just a pocket of healing right here. You know, Knight of Swords in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse, you know, Eight of Cups in reverse. You know, for me, this is just like really letting stuff go, you know, and what I mean by that, it's like sometimes I feel like we get into this place of where if we're not actively seeking love, then we're worried that and we're focusing more on ourselves, you know, maybe we think that it's not going to, we're going to miss out on that opportunity. But Gemini, I feel like that's, you know that that's not the case. And I feel like you know that, you know, I think that that's something where it's like, it's a mind thing, you know, where it's something that we've told ourselves. And I feel like when we decide to really invest within here, because this really is like, you know, Gemini, your energy, this is what the energy that you're bringing this reading, this level, no one's brought it like that, you know, to make a statement like that, and that they were right next to each other. Like, this is, to me, this is something that you're getting prepared for. This is something that, yeah, make sure you have all your ducks in a row, or at least that we're taking steps towards it, you know? Because even, it's not even going to be, I feel like, because maybe some of us too, it's like, wait, I have to be like all the way healed before this person is coming in? No, Gemini. I just feel like that when we start taking those steps, then, you know, it just makes it easier for higher self to bring in excuse me, to bring in this divine counterpart here, because everybody wants to Emperor and Empress more. Let's see what else is going on here, Gemini, because this is dope, you know. Any more? All right, so it looks like this, and I may actually get a little clarification on here. So you got your last card here with the Six of Wands in reverse. You know, I feel like this right now, I feel like this is the time to, this isn't the time to, I want to say like present yourself, or I don't feel like this is like, I think I'm going to get more clarification on that, higher self. But intuitively, what I'm getting is that I feel like for some of us, it may not be the time yet to put ourselves out there if we still feel like that there's some residual stuff that we might be working through. Because when, yeah, let me get a little bit more on this Six of Wands energy, Gemini, before I really kind of get a deep dive into this thing. Yeah, thanks, higher self. And really, Gemini, this has been really dope energy that you brought today. So really, really, thank you for that. Okay. So with that Six of Wands, I feel like maybe for some of us, and that's interesting. maybe for some of us, maybe this is like we might have had where maybe we thought we might have had someone in the past that we might have thought was that one. You know what I mean? And I feel like that sometimes when we think about the past and like what we pictured the one to be, I think it's time, Gemini. When we think about past stuff, we're looking to the future here. Well, really, we're being present, but the past has happened, and I feel like that where if something happened to where you may have thought that you found the one, but it didn't work out, and maybe now we're doubting if we're going to find that fulfillment again. I really feel like that if we're in that place right now, then that's where I was feeling that maybe we need to kind of hold off on kind of putting ourselves out there, because sometimes I think that when we lose something like that, we just want to kind of just not feel alone at that time, especially if this was something at the time where it was might have held really kind of deep to you, I feel like sometimes, that impulse is to, jump into another relationships in hopes that that'll kind of help you heal from this one. And we don't want to use a person like that, like we don't want like a rebound situation. When I feel like when hurt like that happens, Gemini, sit with that for a minute, as it makes sense, because I feel like your head's in the right place as far as like, thinking that you want a soulmate and all of that. But I just think that right now, maybe our heart hasn't quite lined up there. There may be still some love that needs to be applied within first before this beauty happens here, this wonderfulness. But Gemini, keep in mind too, just because, like maybe some of us, we're not experiencing this right now, or, if we're not in this energy, or, feel like this can't be true, give it time, Gemini, because the fact that it even popped up, when cards pop up like that, even when they pop up in reverse, that shows me that this stuff can still be fixed. Because the thing with tarot is, tarot doesn't tell you what to do. It's just like a loose, it's when you're looking for guidance, and then how this is where if it's resonate, if your whatever energies are resonating with you, you take actions based off of that. But this shows me that, because they both even came upright, Gemini, this shows me that they're coming, like that. It's, if anything, it's just like higher self is working. This right here, higher self is working for you, Gemini. Just meet higher self halfway. If there's still some healing that needs to be done, let's do that thing. I'm gonna switch over to some oracle cards, Gemini. Okay, that's what I said. We're keeping. I'm sorry. Is it just coming out like that? But let's see. Let's see what's going on here, Gemini, because I do, Gemini. I hope this reading is fantastic. Like, this stuff here definitely helped, but I honestly could have did this reading off this whole thing here. This was epic. Yeah, you really, I'd say, of the readings that I've done, this has been the most kind of like, oh, Gemini, that the one is coming. And I feel like they are coming. They're coming in fast. I think that that's so cool, Gemini. All right, there we go. Let's see what's going on here, Gemini. Okay. So first we got the Adorn card in reverse here. Any more? And I feel like with that popping up, I think that, especially if we're kind of coming out of something right now, I feel like some of us feel like we have to put on this face of like, that you're okay. And you know what, maybe too, maybe we're the type that, when I was talking about, moving on from one relationship to the next, maybe some of us feel like if we're not in a relationship that we're failing in some sense, or, that we're not welcoming love in or anything like that. But Gemini, that's just like, we don't want to use like a relationship to define our image. You know what I mean? I feel like this is something where it's, we just want to, I feel like the only mask that we should wear is love in this, in life, you know, and then, and let that define our lives. And then so that's all that's going to come into our realm is love, you know, and I hope that makes sense, you know, because I can see where if we've been really if this has been on your brain here and we've been really trying to manifest this stuff here, I feel like sometimes we might even settle on something and not realizing that that's not like, sure, that's going to further you along on your journey, but that may not be the level that you're trying to reach here. You know what I mean? Let's see what let's see what other oracle stuff is cooking up for you, Gemini. All right, you got the eye in reverse, and I feel like, you know, this it's kind of really sort of going off what this thing is saying here. You know, I really feel like, you know, how I'm getting that, you know, this person, you know, that's coming in, it's not going to be who you traditionally, I feel like, get with, you know, or who you maybe, what you have a vision of. You know, I feel like this is going to be someone that it's going to be different. You know, I think that anymore. I think that this is going to be someone that anymore. I feel like this is going to be someone that they're in it more for just the looks of things. You know, this is someone who's looking to protect this energy. This is someone who, like, they feel the resonance, and this is not someone I feel like they're gonna take. It's more than superficial, if that makes sense. You know, I feel like this because even when you got this play card in reverse here, you know, I feel like this stuff here is saying to me that, and you know, let's switch back over, Gemini. Oh, maybe. There we go. You know, I feel like this energy is kind of like telling me with the oracle cards is that, you know, the superficiality of like relationships is not going to be this person's game. You know, I feel like this is someone who's coming in. Like, of course, there's going to be fun and all of that, but I feel like this is someone when this person's or when this person comes in, I feel like they're gonna. You're just really gonna. You'll know this thing. You know, it'll be. It's like a moment where just like time stops. You know, and you just like. I don't know. You're just like you're so I can't explain. I don't know how to explain it, Gemini. But it's going to be one of those things that it'll be a feeling that when you know, you know. And you know, I know how that sounds, but it's the potential's here. Let's say it. Well, you're both looking weird directions. Okay, whatever. Work with me, you two. Gemini, I feel like love is coming, you know, and I really feel like first it's going to start here, and that's going to be brilliant, you know, that's going to be beautiful, you know, so let's start that there first, and then, you know, from here, you know, from there, it's like when you learn how to love here, man, when your Empress comes in, it's going to be spectacular. It's going to be beautiful. So I think I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. I like that, and I hope that made sense. You know, it was just like, what do I say about this? It's just like they're here, they're around the corner. We're just waiting on. I'm not sure who we're waiting on, them or you, but it's coming, Gemini. So if you like that, give it a thumbs up, because I dug that 100%. Share this thing, Gemini. If you know any Geminis who might be in doubt, let's alleviate some of that doubt, because it's coming in too, Gemini. It could really, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is something that I've been thinking about maybe switching up how to do the love readings. It's more of a, when you focus, I find when you focus within, then love follows you, you know, because when you pour love into yourself and invest all of that here, that's all you're going to attract is just love. and all of that. It's really beautiful. So that I feel like would be a lovely message to get across to the Geminis. And then, a subscribe, hit that bell button so you get notified when I release videos each week. Social media and I, we're not as tight as you and your power couple or divine counterpart, but we're getting there. I'm just we're getting there. And then lastly, if you have any Cancer in your placements, or maybe you're dealing with a Cancer. Based off this, I would say I'm not getting any Cancerian vibes, but come check out my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans and all that and we love it when the Empress shows up. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let's get your surprise cards so I can get you out of here. All right. So your first card, look at you, King of Pentacles. So you got King of Pentacles there. And then for your Oracle card, we got the Poppet in reverse. And so with this energy, Gemini, I do feel like that there is stability coming. I feel like that with this energy, I don't feel like it's going to be a thing where I feel like that this is really someone who's going to be on your team. I feel like, because when I think of poppets, poppets are like little dolls that are, you might incorporate, like little witch tools that you might incorporate people's hair or, energies or something in that. And I feel like that with it being in reverse, this is someone who's the energy is harmonized. I don't feel like you have to do a lot to have this stability here. I think that this is something that's going to be, I feel like it's going to be something where it's going to be long lasting, and that has the potential for some really just amazing growth here, Gemini. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. So you go out there and you wait, and I would love to hear about it. That Emperor Empress comes in, and if I had to give you some energies to kind of keep a lookout for, I mean, honestly, the strongest one that came through was probably Aries. That was, considering you got, I think Emperor Queen of Wands, that's probably your biggest one. Follow up, maybe either Taurus, Libra, but nah, that's, yeah, honestly, Aries is the strongest one that I'm feeling here. So keep that in mind. Take it as it resonates. So, but I think that's all I got for you, Gemini. So stay safe out there, and you know what? You keep raising the vibration, and you know what? Raise your vibration, and then raise the vibration with your partner here. Really, and raise that vibration through the roof. And I will catch you on the next one later.